pathetic. Welcome to the first episode of Golonomics, brought to you by the Raging Golo Institute for Economic Studies. I'm your host, Raging Golo. Now, most people think economics is some sort of spooky voodoo because they don't really know all that much about it. So only by examining the hard, juggly outer shell can we reach the gooey center of understanding. Understanding. Anyway, by the end of the series, you'll be able to call bullshit on any snake oil economist. In the meantime, though, this shit is going to get tricky. But don't worry, we're here to help. In economics, there are all sorts of graphs and models, and yeah, there's a little bit of math. Worried? Don't be, we're here to help. Whenever there's going to be a graph or something, you'll be warned well in advance with this warning. See? There it goes. Now, a quick word of advice. Some of these models, they need to be simple. If they were realistic at all, they would be very, very complex. So, again, be warned. Some of these graphs and models are going to be retarded. When I say something jargony, have a close look at the bottom of the screen because there'll be a handy little translation right there. Now, we've got a lot to get through, so let's get cracking. We all like stuff. I know I do. And we all want infinite amounts of stuff. Of course, we can't have an infinite amount of stuff because there's only so much stuff to go around. So we compromise and buy the combinations of stuff that makes us as happy and comfortable as we can be. That, at its most basic, is what economics is. Finding how to best use the limited resources to fulfill as many of our infinite wants as possible. As a result, economics is pretty useful for explaining why people, businesses, and governments make the decisions that they do. Why should you care? Well, mostly all that other stuff I just said, but also because your government and or mine is using this shit every damn day. And so is business, and oh yeah, so are you, whether you realize it or not. Governments use economics in their interaction with other governments. Trade, for example, with businesses, taxes, regulations, monitoring, so we don't hopefully see the amount of corporate douchebaggery that we've seen forever, but I wouldn't be holding my breath. And, oh yeah, us, the citizens, with the taxes and whatnot. Businesses use economics not only in dealing with governments and other businesses and their customers, us, but it also helps in dealing with their own shit. Production levels, price, costs, marketing, which I'll probably get to in a later episode, expansion, hell, even whether or not they open their doors at all. Finally, it affects you. You only have a finite amount of resources, labor, intellect, cash, or stuff to convert into cash. Businesses and governments offer to sell you all kinds of stuff and services, and you have to choose the combination of things, stuff, services, that gets you closest to the amount of stuff that you want. Not following? Take $50, which you obtain by applying your limited resources, labor, intellect, whatever, into the store of your choice, and you will very, very quickly get the idea. And that wraps up the first episode of Golonomics. This episode was intended more as an introduction to the series and the field. Episode 2 will probably go a little more in depth. I'm slating it for production choices and demand if we have time. Until then, post a reply in the comments section or as a video response. These comments and responses will probably shape future episodes, so if I haven't covered it, and chances are good at this point, let's face it, leave me a comment or a question, and your comment and question might end up in a future episode.